No, no, I give up. No, 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 I give up. No, no, can't deny it. No, no,
Hello my beautiful lovely human beings, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you are new here, my name is Sabeth. If you are a returning subscriber, welcome back to this week's episode, third episode of Young Mummies. You already know how we do it. I have my third guest already with me here, so she's going to share her story, how it was for her being a young mom in campus. So please make sure you subscribe, like, comment, share to your friends, confirm again, come on, subscribe, and let's get started. So a little bit of introduction from our guest and then we get started.
So my name is Kenya. I'm an actress by profession, by talent, by birth, zote manzi. I'm a student at Maseno, fourth year student. I'm taking political science. Basically, that's me.
That's Kenya you've had. She's a young mom. So you became a mom at what age?
20. It was 20 years.
20. That was ukiwa year gani?
Nikiwa second year.
So second year 2019 saying 2021. Okay,
because of hiyo mwaka ya corona. So nikiwa second year. Tukimaliza second year first ndio tuende the long holiday term. That is when I got pregnant.
So will get pregnant ukienda home?
Yes, I got pregnant on March 23rd. I can even remember the date. March 23rd. Then we went home for the long holiday. Then when I came back, I was 6 months pregnant. So nikaanza 3.1 nikiwa 6 months. Then nikaendeleza semester.
Why consider kukaa home kwanza mpaka uzae, like uliona ukuje ukiwa 6 months?
So, one thing about me is I'm courageous, manzi. Like, mimi ni courageous sana. And mimi ni msi wa watu. I got a lot of friends. So my mom was like, take a break for 1 year, give birth, then go back to school. But mimi didn't want to take a break because I wanted to graduate with my friends. Sikuwa nataka kubaki nyuma manzi. So when nilienda home najua bali iko inaonekana. So people even didn't know I was pregnant. Then when I'm coming back, I'm all big and the tummy is all big. But my class embraced me, my friends embraced me, my lecturers embraced me.
Wow.
So nilikuwa na slay na ball manze, like mimi hata sikufikiria kwenda home. Nilikuwa tu okay kumaliza na ball because iko hindrance.
So at 6 months ukakuja shule. Ulizalia huku ama?
The plan was I was to give birth on 7th December, roughly either before our exams or just after our exams. So but now tuka have strike after tumeanza exams. Nilikuwa naenda exams when I was 9 months pregnant. So nilikuwa na fear anytime my water might just break. But now we had the strike and then we went home. It was not a good thing for me because we went home before nimalize like 6 papers. So by the time we were coming back, I was in labor, so I couldn't come back for my exam.
Kwani tulienda home time ya strike?
Tulienda home time ya strike katikati exams. Then we were supposed to come back. They said what to come back January. I was like, January itakuwa nisha give birth. But now a memo ikatoka 2 weeks later after tumeenda home, and it was like we have to come back to school. And tulikuwa tuna come back to school on 15th and I had my labor on 15th.
On that same day yenye tulikuwa tunafaa kurudi?
Tulikuwa tunarudi Monday. I had my labor on Sunday. So like
so always come. So you ukazalia home and then
so after giving birth, giving birth process was not easy, but now after giving birth, my son got sick like 3 days after giving birth.
Wow, sorry.
So kungangana na hosi and all that, but at the end of the day akakuwa sawa. So in January 4th, we were supposed to open. My baby was like 2 weeks or 3 weeks at that time.
3 weeks.
So my mom said, you can't go to school na mtu yako like 2 weeks. Niko like I'm not taking off from school. So tukagoja mpaka 15th January. He was turning 1 month. And then after 15th, I traveled on 17th or 16th. I came back to school with him.
1 month?
Yes. Like he was just 1 month old.
Wow, kwanza tufike hapo. How was the pregnancy journey like? Ilikuwaje? Though umesema wewe ni msee wa watu, but was it at any point hard like?
Yes. it was hard. It was easy out in the public with people because you can tell people the way this and this is happening. First of all, since I'm here and maybe there's someone who is going to be inspired by my story, my baby daddy alikataa ball ikiwa 3 months. So let's go back and start. This is going to be a very long session.
It's okay,
I knew I was pregnant when it was just 2 weeks.
2 weeks,
Yeah. Nili come home. Actually, it was 1 week. Nilikuwa nimeenda show Kisumu Boys. So nikifanya show nilikuwa busy, nilikuwa narration. Then I collapsed on stage.
Wow.
Yes. And then nikatolewa nje. Then my producer is like, "Hey, Kenya, you're pregnant." I'm like, "Why? I'm not pregnant." So my baby daddy alikuwa kwa your production. Yes.
Yeah.
So he's like, "Are you okay?" Nico like, "I don't know. Maybe I'm pregnant or maybe I'm not pregnant, but so we'll go for a test."
At 1 week?
Yes, at 1 week.
Wow.
At 1 week. So he's like, "Tena test leo jioni tujue." So tukaenda Busia for a show the next day. You will see I bought the pregnancy kit and it was negative. So I was figuring out it's because ni ndogo. So show bado. So Nico like, "I'm not pregnant. That's fine." Then tukakaa huko, then 1 week I came back home. Kwangu kulikuwa na my friend alikuwa anaishi hapo school now my house in school. Alikuwa anapika nyama. So then nilikuwa hao niko like, hii nyama inanuka vibaya. This is like, wewe unasema nyama inanuka vibaya, bitch, you're pregnant. I'm like, no, I'm not pregnant. So I took another test and there were 2 lines, but one line was faint.
Weak. Yeah.
So I'm like, I'm not pregnant. So we went to class. Then the time nikitoka class nika collapse tena kwa barabara.
Wow.
Yeah. Then nikapelekwa Husi. So nikiamka, the doctor is like, "Hey, you're pregnant." I'm like, "Hey, no, I'm not pregnant." No, I'm not pregnant. I'm like, the doctor is literally telling me, "Ati, unajua there are many people who want to become pregnant." I'm like, I'm not those many people. I don't want to. I've been thinking, yeah, my mom is going to kill me. So at that time, I called him and I told him, "You know what, baby daddy, now I'm pregnant." And he's like, "Are you sure?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm pregnant." I'm like, "Okay, I'm going to come to Maseno to see," because he's not a student here. So yeah, then he came. But before Kuze, I called my mom. Nikamwambia my mom, "I have disappointed you." Imagine that is all I told my mom.
Ulimwambia that fast?
That fast. Because I knew if I don't tell my mom, I'll have many advice from people
and thoughts
unaweza abort, unaweza nini, because they came. My friends are like, Kenya wezi sasa hizi. Kenya, it's you, manze. It's you, toa. So I'm like, no, I'm listening to many advices, and right now the only advice I want to listen to is my mother's. So I called her. Because my mom is my pillar, she's my everything. And if she was against it, I don't think I could have gone ahead with it. So I called her and I'm like, "Mom, I have disappointed you." Then she's like, "What have you done?" Nico like, "What's the one thing that I can do in school right now that inaweza kuwa nimekudisappoint?" Akaniambia, "You pregnant?" Nikamwambia, "Yes, I'm pregnant." And then she just hung up the phone.
Wow.
Yeah. And then she just hung up. And then at that time, I felt like my world is just coming to an end. My mom is not okay with this thing. What am I going to do? My mom texted me. Akaniambia ati, "Okay, you're pregnant, but there's one thing I want you to do. Don't try an abortion. There's no point of me losing you when you're doing an abortion." And then that word enough was enough for me to want to keep my baby. And I was okay with that. So the baby daddy came. We talked. And he was like, "Yeah, I'm okay. We will raise the baby." What and what? So I'm like, "Okay, that's a good thing."
That is enough support already.
Yeah. So my mom is calling me and ananiuliza, "What about the baby daddy?" Nikamwambia, "The baby daddy is okay. Ako willing kulea mtoto. Anafanya kazi." Nika like, "Yeah, anafanya kazi." Little did I know. So after all that, I went home. I went home. I'm still doing set books. So I went to join my group in Nairobi. Tukaanza traveling. But I have another group here in Maseno. So the producer used to call me. Kama sina show Nairobi, nakuja kufanya show wapi? Maseno. So when I came here, everything was everywhere. My baby daddy is with some other person. Not just other person, some other people. And I'm like, "Okay, fine. I understand. You and I didn't have that relationship or whatever that is, but we are having a baby together. So little respect. Little respect, not for me, or for the baby that I'm carrying." So when I was 3 months, travel. Tukaenda Busia,
For sure.
Yeah, from like Wednesday to Sunday. At that time, I started getting sick. I'm getting sick. It's like the pregnancy has some issues. So there's a day I took Wenanga show the whole day. So tulikuwa kwa rooms. So nikaenda kusi. And then the doc is telling me I'm having UTIs and mine can affect the brainium to E.
Wow.
I'm like, okay. So nikamwambia this and this is happening. He doesn't even care.
Oh, the baby daddy.
Yeah, he doesn't even care. So ile pesa yangu kidogo nilikuwa nimepata kwa shows, nikalipia hosi na madawa na everything. I didn't even tell my mom I was sick. Then after that, I'm like, you know what? Me can do this with you.
Yeah.
I just can't. Then one time he tells me, can we go for breakfast? And I'm like, okay, fine. So tukienda breakfast, akaniambia, this pregnancy is becoming a problem for me. I think you should abort it.
It's too late.
Yeah. And I'm like, 3 months. I'm heading to 4 months.
And
you want me to abort?
Wow.
And then I die. As in, I'm not a fan of abortion.
Man.
Okay, people are entitled to their own judgment and opinions and whatever they want to do with their body. But me, at the end of the day, nangalanga, abortion, I might die. Me, I might die. Oh my God, hell no. So I'm like, I'm not going to have an abortion. But you don't have to be the father.
Yeah.
I have always made it work for myself. And I think even when you're not there, I'll still make it for myself. So nikamwambia, we are done. There's nothing between us. There's no co-parenting. There's nothing. Tumeishana hivyo. And then he's like, okay. So mimi nikaendelea na life. Napiga shows.
So ushapita 3 months.
Nishapita 3 months. Niko around 4 months.
Bado unaenda shows.
But my producer knew at the long run I'm pregnant. Sikuwa nimeambiwa siko production niko na ball. So at the long run my producer akajua niko na ball. Sasa nilikuwa napoa that special care.
Yeah.
Kama ni food, I didn't eat meat for 9 months. Mtu wangu alikataa
Nyama tu ilisema hiyo
nyama from ikianza tu ile harufu mbaya tu
ile kwa nyumba ilianza
ili maintain for 9 months.
Wow.
So like producer wangu alikuwa na make sure cause most of the time tunapata nyama napikiwa something else.
Yeah.
I really thank him, Elias. Yeah. So alikuwa na make sure nakula and everything. I'm not stressed up. Many people were there for me.
Yeah.
But now nikamalizana na shows and now when my pregnancy kaanza kuonekana ingekuwa ngumu sana kwenda shows. So I was just in the house. Najipea motisha, I'm alone. I'm doing this by myself. It's not easy. Everyone thinks I'm strong. All my friends know I'm strong. But even the strongest people on earth have their weak moments.
Yeah.
And I used to have my weak moments when I'm alone in the house. Niko tu peke yangu, alafu hiyo time nikienda clinic, nurses are like, umeshaanza kununua nguo za mtoto? Niko like, no. Because most of my cash ilikuwa inaenda hosi. Every time my pregnancy has issues, I'm going to the hospital. As in, it was hard. It was hard. It made me at some point hate motherhood as much as I love it. It made me hate motherhood because I was going through a lot. And one time, I was 8 months pregnant. I was doing my assignment in the room and then I just locked my doors. Alafu nikaweka music so loud, like so loud. And there were pills on my table. And I was crying, like I was crying a lot and I was telling God, I don't want this baby anymore. It's becoming hard for me.
Yeah.
Everyone thinks I'm strong. Everyone thinks I'm this strong girl that I'm not. And I just found myself taking those pills. One after the other.
God.
One after the other. And I took like 74 pills.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I did. And my friend, my neighbor was wondering what's happening. Like my door is closed. My music is loud. I am crying. I'm not just crying. I'm crying like loudly. And then akakuja, akafungua mlango. The moments of whatever happened are vague, but like as far as I'm concerned, as far as I was told, alinipata nime-collapse. And there was a person ilikuwa inapita tu hapo around. Nikapelekwa hapo Hosi Maseno Mission. The doc were busy working toward the pills. Lucky for me, nilifika Hosi mapema. I don't know what were my intentions. Kill him or kill both of us. I don't know. But when nilifika Hosi and the doc was like, you know, wewe ungeenda, but your baby is 32 weeks. That means he can survive by himself. So by right now tulikuwa tunakufanyia emergency C-section tutoe mtoto. Now imagine you're dying and you're leaving your kid in this world with no one. What was the point of
the
view?
The dad is not there, you're not there.
The dad is not there, I am not there. I'm like, I went down in tears. And I think it's in that moment that I loved my son more than anything in this world. At that moment when I imagined I could have died and left him in this cruel world. This world is cruel. Yeah, it's queer angekuwa na my mom and my sister, but there's that vacancy of me as a mom. So I stayed in the hospital for like 3 weeks. The doc walikuwa nakata kuniachilia. They thought I was going to be suicidal again, but I was not suicidal. I was caught up in a moment of grief and pain, and I regret what I did. I've never told people. I think your channel will be people just knew I was sick. People didn't know what happened to me, but that is what happened to me. And then when I gave birth to him and I held him on my arms, and the way he was light, I was so big, and then tukatoka dogo sana. Yani nikamshika, the pain giving birth. I was in 12 hours of labor. 12? Yes, 12 hours. It was painful, but there's joy, manze. There's joy at the end of it. Yani nikishika tu mtoi wangu hivi, nilifeel poor. I felt I don't know what I'm going to do after this. But all I know is that I love you. You know, I love you, and it's a love that I've never felt before. It's a feeling I've never felt with anyone. I just felt for him at that moment. And you say mimi hata kichuna mtoto wangu nasikia uchungu manze.
It's that
na usimchune amefanya nini, usimchune lakini unless it's my sister and my mom, they have the right to do that, but anyone else I feel that pain. So basically that was my journey.
That is a tough one.
I know. And my journey did not end there. Like even after giving birth, it was still pain because I had to work. As young as my son was 1 month, I had to leave him, go to work. I got mastitis. It's a sickness for the breast. So at times I'm breastfeeding and my son is breastfeeding. Natoa damu instead of maziwa. My nipples were all cracked up, almost cutting out. It was
a tough
painful.
time.
As in, I don't know, motherhood was not easy for me
at all.
Like now, if someone asks me if I want a kid, I say
Again.
no. I say no. I don't say no because I hate kids. I say no because I had a tough experience. I had a tough experience that I went through by myself.
Alone.
As in alone. I had my family, but they didn't know what I was going through. Till now, my mom and my sister, they don't know what I went through. Maybe some of them even I can't say them in front of a camera, but I went through a very tough time with pregnancy and giving birth. But now my son is 1 year 6 months.
He's big.
He's big, So it's easy. I can hit a mom. Every time I video call him, nikiwa shule ananiambia I love you. I feel good, you know.
Okay. So there's this time you said ulikuja na yeye akiwa 1 month. Ulikaa naye for how long shule?
It was January, so tulikaa naye mpaka March. Then we went away home for COVID. So tulikaa naye mpaka kafika 3 months.
Okay. So ukaenda home, ukamwacha huko.
Tukaenda home, shule zikafungwa. So tukakaa naye the whole year. We were supposed to come back to school.
Ukalea mtoto.
Nikalea mtoto. COVID did me good, you know. COVID did me good. Nikamlea for all that time. Then January we came back for our exams. So I took him to my sister's place. I thank my sister manze. Mpaka saizi my son lives with my sister. Amemlea mpaka. Actually my son calls my sister mom. They have this bond. So my sister help through this journey ya kulea
mtoto. Okay. So at that time that ulikuwa na mtoto shule, you had to go for classes. So mtoto ulikuwa unamwacha na nani?
Nilipata demo kubaki na mtoto yuko hao. So alikuwa tupata demo kukuja na kuenda. Mimi nilipata demo analala.
Nice.
Mimi si unajua mu perform set books. So at times mmeenda show you come back 10 siku. At times you don't even come back. So like I had to have someone to look at him 24 hours a day because with my breast problems I had to buy Nana. Diapers are expensive. My son was growing up very fast, so buy nguo every time. So like lazima tu ningefanya job.
Okay, what is one thing you wish you knew before you like a mom at 20?
I wish I knew motherhood is not difficult. It only becomes difficult when you have to go through it alone. So if I knew that I will get pregnant for someone and he will deny or refuse his responsibilities, I wouldn't have gotten pregnant in the first place. Okay, I didn't even plan to get pregnant in the first place. It just happened. But I just wish any man who is out there and anapatia dem boy, just take responsibility. At times we don't need the money. We need the moral support. We need the emotional support because that is the hardest time. The sleepless nights, manze. Your breasts are hurting. You maybe have gone through a C-section. Maybe down there things are painful. You know, as in you just need emotional support. So if I knew I was going to go through this journey by myself, I don't think maybe I would have gotten pregnant.
Because so that seems to be the hardest part, like being alone through all.
Being alone.
Kwa hiyo zote, because it's just pain. Nasikia tu like stories are pain. Is there one thing that was easy, like kulea mtoto?
A child is not like a grown-ass person. Mtoto akizaliwa life yake ni akupende because wewe tu ndo uko naye hapo. My joy is when someone else is carrying my kid and my kid is crying and I hold him and he just goes silent. Because mama amenishika. The only one person who loves me the most in this world amenishika. So that's my joy. Like hata saizi when I go home, my son ananikimbilianga and utaona ni kama atarudi ni kama kwa 3 months. Atataka nimbebe every time. That joy ati you're the only person who matters to me. That is the joy of motherhood. It's unconditional love. It's love that doesn't have boundaries, doesn't have limits, because you can do anything for those kids.
Now that ulipata mtoto kama uko umeplan, are there some of your plans, are there some that changed now that you got the baby, Alma?
And that is one thing about me that I like. I didn't let me being a young mother stop me from achieving my dreams.
Nice.
I didn't. First of all, I didn't differ from school. Mimi nilienda shule na ball mpaka 9 months. Like my lecturers walikuwa wananijua because ya ball. I have my exams I didn't do, but my lecturers wana understand. I went to give birth and that's why I didn't do my exam. My acting, I did it. I did it until I couldn't do it again, but I did it. We started a production, Outaway Films on YouTube, and I would wake up at 6, carry my son, na niende ni shoot na yeye. Niene ni shoot, so vile mimi ndo na shoot. Someone else anainibebea mtoto. Akili yake kidogo cut, breastfeed for 20 minutes, go back to shooting. I didn't let that be my excuse. Sometimes people use motherhood as an excuse. Why didn't you do this and this and this and this and this? Because they got a kid at a young age. That's just a stepping stone. A kid is not something that you remember 9 months, then your baby comes out. So it couldn't stop me to do anything I want. And until today, I don't think motherhood actually makes me do what I want more, because now I have a reason of doing it. I have a push. I have someone who's pushing me, Mom, you have to do this for my sake. So me, motherhood, I couldn't stop. Actually, it was like a stepping stone to more success and more progress.
Oh wow! And did you receive any body shaming? You know, unajua akipata bola anakuwa mkubwa.
Yeah, kwanza mimi Kenya, my God, I grew big. If I got pregnant, I was like 58 or 60 kgs. I added like 20 kgs, and people body shame. People will always body shame. But you know the most important thing, when you love yourself and when you embrace yourself, nothing someone says out there is going to hit you. Me nimejaribu, nimeenda gym for 2 days, then I'm like, this is not going anywhere.
2 days,
Because like I diet for 2 days, I'm like, no, but I have people who have embraced me the way I am. I think the biggest problem with giving birth is your tummy. It becomes all ragged, all stretch marks and all that. Usipojikubali hivyo, because it is the mark of your motherhood.
Given,
And if you don't embrace it and allow people's comments to get into you, itakuwa shida. But mimi najipenda, so
it sounds like a strong hakuna like nothing got to you, hata mtu aseme nini.
Okay, some things got to you, but how you handle it is the problem. Unaona msana kwambia tu kitu kale nje, everyone tells me nowadays tuna miss ile mwili yako ile kitambo. What do you want me to do? Imekataa kurudi. What do you want me to do? So like sometimes nasemanga, I think I love my body right now. I love being big, you know. So the way you handle when you watoto kwambia hizo vitu ita determine at the end of the day. But kama wewe ni strong na kama you don't care about people's opinions if they are affecting you negative, utaenda tutakuwa tu sawa.
Nice.
Yeah.
What would you tell Kinya at 20 before azee ungeza mwambia nini? Ama any other Kinya out there, another young?
There's no hurry in giving birth. There will always be time for you to give birth. So if Kinya could have prevented it from happening, I wish she would. But if it happens and there's no turning back, does it happen? There's always a way at the end of the tunnel. You don't have to go to the easiest way. The easiest way is getting rid of it. You don't have to.
It's not easy per se.
It's not easy, but it is the shortest way. It's not easy raising a kid. It has no book. It's every day you learn. Every day you know how to. Motherhood ni guesswork. Una guess tu. Ati mtoyana leo unadhani ni tumwe na mumu unampenda watu. Na labda hata si tumwe na mumu. Motherhood ni guesswork. So mimi naweza ambia to those Kenyans at 20. Enjoy your life responsibly. If you can avoid pregnancy and diseases, just do. You will get that perfect chance. There's never that perfect chance, but there's that perfect moment, you know, where you've done your studies, you got a stable job, and yet ukileta mtoi kwa hii dunia, it's not struggle. You can unaweza leo yo mtoi kwa uzuri na kwa comfort.
Like a very strong, encouraging story that you had to go through it alone for baby Kedel. Say 1 year, 6 months. He's a big boy already.
He's a big boy.
And you're a proud mom.
Yeah.
Despite the fact that you had tough times.
Tough times.
Zenye ni first time kusema.
Yeah.
Mom labda anaweza watch ama sister yako.
I know.
Yeah, so congrats for being a strong mom.
Thank you.
For being there, for doing like it by yourself for Kirel, for being congrats. Hata sijui niseme nini. That is one very tough journey. And thank you for coming and sharing your story. Najua me encourage mtu. If you're going through a hard time, this is a living experience. She did it alone. She still is doing it for baby Kedel. So please don't give up. You can do this. Thank you so much for sharing your story. Guys, that is it for today's video, today's episode of Young Mummies. So please make sure you subscribe, like, comment, share to your friends. Make sure you subscribe. Confirm kama ume subscribe. Take care, guys. Be positive vibes, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.